Just as a FYI, more than 10% of homes in the United States use heating oil or propane as their source of heating. Um, I have a property that uses a propane tank for a generator and stove and stuff. Every year I do a fill up, and last time I filled up, and I'm like, "Ooh, prices going up," and the salesperson's like, "Hang on tight." I'm like, "Oh, geez." Um, not a good look right here. You know, it was usually that seasonal pickup there. What's concerning to me is the summertime is usually when the prices drop, or it used to. Obviously, people aren't using as much propane for heating and whatnot, but to see this like steady incline all the way through summer, and now when things start picking up, people start filling up for the winter. Um, more money out of the pockets of people, and your gasoline prices are higher, taking money out of your pocket. Diesel prices are higher, which is making all transportation costs higher, which is making everything you buy cost more. Your heating prices are going up. Everywhere you go, prices are going up. And I don't know where we go from here. It's maybe we were spoiled with low gas prices for too long. Not even too long. I mean, they were up there. The running joke is, we haven't had prices this high since Biden was in office last time. I mean, who knows? Is the pressure going towards electric vehicles, putting more pressure on fossil fuel industry? I don't know. It seems like there's the tides come and go on this one, regardless of what we're trying to push. Um, I don't think this is really so much who's in office. This is a supply chain crunch more than likely. I don't think people are automatically burning more propane all of a sudden, especially in the summer. This looks very supply chain related to me. And then deliveries, all that type of stuff. But I mean, can you say that we're burning more propane because everyone's using outdoor heaters at their restaurants? It's like, those things burn propane, but it's not like, a big furnace in your house that's running all night when it's 10 degrees outside. I'm sure we're using more propane, but I don't think it's that much to cause this spike. The question is, where do we go from here? How do we fix the thing is, like, you can tie heating oil to diesel. Heating oil is diesel's diesel for the most part. It's just the stuff you buy at the pump's got the road tax on it. So you take the road tax off of what's at the pump, and you basically have the heating oil price, or you order it in bulk, and it's a little bit cheaper. But it's like everywhere you go, money's getting stripped out of your pockets right now. From your gas prices, your diesel prices, your food costs are going way up, your heating prices are going way up. Everything's just going way up. It's like you can't escape it right now unless you just turn your heat off and you don't eat. Um, the problem is energy prices. It spills over into everything you buy, and almost if you're manufacturing something and the electricity prices are high, then the cost of the goods you're buying goes up. Ford Motor Company just chose to go to a plant down south instead of Michigan. Not the main reason, but one of the reasons was the electricity price. It was just cheaper based on electricity to manufacture down south. And you realize every time any kind of energy prices go up, we end up paying for it across the board. Whether it's to heat our homes, to turn on a light bulb, to put gas in our car, to transport our food across the country, or our medical supplies, everything goes up. So there should be a great incentive to try to get energy prices back down right now. We're already dealing with massive inflation. I feel like it's a lot larger. It's true. The inflation rate is true because based on what they measure, that number is probably right. The problem is they don't measure everything, and a lot of things that are hitting American pocketbooks right now just aren't getting measured. Um, Everywhere you go, you're getting dinged. Everything's more expensive. You go to McDonald's, it's more expensive. You go to Kroger to get your food, it's more expensive. You go to the gas pump, it's more expensive. Heat your house, more expensive. Um, Everything you do is more expensive right now. Has your wages grown as much as the amount of money is getting ripped out of your pockets? For some places, there people are getting raises. Their wages are going up, but is it enough to make up for what's going on right now? If you make a decent living, you don't even notice it probably. This is really affecting the middle class and below the most. They can't afford the extra $30 or extra 30% on the food bill. They can't afford to spend extra 40% on the gas tank. It's Do we not realize every time this happens, and then when you add overall inflation on top of it, even on housing, look at the inflation on housing right now. The people with money, it sucks to pay more, but they can afford it. Can the middle class and below continue to deal with this type of inflation? Do you want to sit there and be like making the decision, do I want to have my house at 70 degrees or I'm going to have to keep it at 62 degrees because I can't afford the propane? That's the corner we're going to paint people into if we keep going through this crazy inflation period. Due to whatever. I don't think this is an overconsumption issue of propane. I think we got supply chain issues. And if it's not just supply chain, we got transportation issues. Everywhere we go, we just have issues right now. I just saw an article where the government is talking about, enlisting the National Guard to drive trucks because we don't have enough truck drivers. Does anyone ever ask where did the truck drivers go? Did they get teleported to a different planet? Is there aliens coming down and scooping up all our truck drivers? Did they get vaporized and they're just gone and we're never going to find them again? Where in the hell did all the people go that were working? I keep hearing this, well, they're not paying enough money, so they're not going to go back to work. I'm like, all right, sure. I'll play along. So how are they living then? Where are they getting the money to feed their family? Where are they getting the money to take care of themselves, to pay for their health care, to put food on the table, to just live? You're saying they're not going to go back to work, but how are they living? Are you telling me everyone went back home to live with their parents? Somehow, some way, the people who aren't working are still living. So they either had a stockpile of cash somewhere over the last 18 months, or they're living off somebody else. Whether it's, someone they're in a relationship with, or their family, or the government. But you can't live for free in this world anymore. It costs money. And that's where there's a disconnect between, the people saying that they don't want to go back to work to crappy jobs on low wages. But okay, so what are you doing then? Did you get a job at Facebook? Are you telling me all these truck drivers just went from driving trucks to being like technologists and they're laying, full stack code somewhere? I don't think so. So if they've exited the workforce, how are they living? Can somebody answer that? I'm curious to see where. If you look at the charts at the similar, we're at 4.8% unemployment right now. Go back on a chart to the last time we were at 4.8% unemployment and think about, did we have these kind of issues when it was at 4.8%? And you're going to find out, no, because we've not had these kind of issues since I've been alive. And you're going to start asking questions that no one seems to have the answers to. How are we at the same rate of unemployment, but there's this amount of people not in the workforce? We're at a point where they're enlisting the National Guard to drive school buses up on the East Coast. That we're going to have to enlist National Guard to drive trucks because of the supply chain issues. Why? Can we find out why? Where did the people go? All the fast food restaurants. There's a Starbucks by me that doesn't open till 1 o'clock Monday through Friday. Because, who the hell wants coffee in the morning on the way to work anyways? Seems really overrated to me. How much does it cost Starbucks to not be open in the morning when everyone's getting their coffee on the way to work? This is unfucking believable. Where did these people go? Again, did they just get evaporated? They're gone. We're never going to find them again. When the next time we do a census, we're going to find out that America lost 50 million people and we don't know where they went. Or somehow they're not working, but they're still able to live. Does anyone have that answer? I would be curious. Drop a comment. Until then, we're going to have sky-high propane prices. I mean, what are we at now? We're at 240, which isn't the end of the world, but it's that trajectory that is concerning. Are we going to go to 350, $4 um, for a gallon of residential propane? I don't know. I mean, and then we look at what fuel oil is going to go up to, and obviously diesel is going to go up, which is from the person that cuts your grass who probably has a diesel truck to your delivery truck. All these people that use diesel, not just the big rigs. Everything you do when those energy prices go up, everything that you buy and use ends up going up. More money coming out of your pocketbook. So I don't know. Anyone got an answer to this? How do we get out of it? It's instead of enlisting the National Guard to go drive trucks, how about we figure out a goddamn way to get people back to work? That would be fairly interesting, right? Let's actually go solve the problem for once and not try to stick a band aid over it. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. I'm gonna go sit at a restaurant here in about an hour and soak up some of that outdoor heating propane at $2.40 a gallon, which I'm sure that's also going to get passed on to your food bill, right? But hey, worth it to me. Anyways, I'll catch you on the next one.